The first week of the European Challenger League Season 11 got underway this week, and one of the games I had the fortune to cast was these two ridiculously close best-of-ones between Salamander and OrgLess. They ended with a 6-6 scoreline on Kafe and a 7-5 to OrgLess on Villa, complete with post-plant 1v1s, 1vx clutches, and Dogfather dropping 20 kills on Kafe. The fascinating thing about this series was more than just those things though. On both maps, both sides won more attacking rounds than defensive rounds. OrgLess especially looked absolutely phenomenal on their Kafe attacks, and today I've picked out the third round as one that I thought was really well executed and deserved a further look. So far, Strike, as Salamander's star fragger, has been shut out of the game entirely. Chaos picking Gridlock here aims to double down on that strategy as the game moves into a defense of the kitchen sites for Salamander. Given how OrgLess have played so far, their number one priority is securing the second floor so they can get to work opening up vertical angles above the sites. There's also nothing massively special to the setup coming out of the defenders. They have a lot of barbed wire to play with, a C4 for vertical denial, and a shield for Dogfather to play behind inside the VIP to deny White Corridor. A key part of this round will be the hatch inside of Fireplace. You might look at the lineup for OrgLess and wonder how they'll remove the Electroclaw that Kaid will inevitably place there. More on that later on. It's worth noting a couple of elements of Salamander's setup. Half of Freezer wall is left soft, as is the wall to the north of Cooking. A really crucial part of this defense is intel for the defenders. With the Maestro cams placed inside Bakery and to the north of VIP, I don't think they spot an attacker even once in the whole round. As the round's about to begin, it's worth noting the locations of the defenders. Smoke is playing, as mentioned earlier, behind a shield inside of VIP. Doc is holding Bakery from a prone angle, Kaid is playing in Cloakroom ready for a front door push, Maestro is holding a hallway just outside of service, and Strike starts at white but soon retreats across the map to hold red stairs. This is no doubt partly due to the pressure that OrgLess have applied on him in the last two rounds, but also because they don't want Maestro or Doc being picked off by someone charging down red stairs. The round gets underway, and thanks to their earlier drone work, OrgLess are aware that the second floor is safe to take. By conceding the second floor without contest, Salamander acknowledge that they're going to be forced into a retake strategy. They'll have to move everyone off-site and seek to attack the aggressors as they move to plant the diffuser. This isn't strictly a problem for them though, and by the looks of their setup, this is absolutely the strategy that they want to run. The onus then falls onto OrgLess to handle that well. I covered how well they dealt with Strike so far earlier on, and this round is no different. Tracks are thrown down white stairs pretty much immediately, and not long after, Zofia and IQ move to Claymore red stairs. Once again, they're dealing with their first major problem, Strike and his fragging capability. Whilst these three members of OrgLess have been busy keeping him quiet, Buck gets to work in train and mining, working to expose rotates and anchor spots that the defenders may want to use. From the overview, we can see that no one is looking to contest OrgLess, and the only missing member from their lineup right now is the Habana. She's outside a garage to the southeast and is opening up a single hole down White Corridor to restrict defender movement even further. It's at this moment when Strike decides it's time to push up red stairs to try and shut down Buck, who's been doing all that soft destruction work. Sadly for him, Zofia was watching and he is removed from the round, and at 0-3 in the game, he really can't catch a break today. With Salamander's only roamer gone, OrgLess can converge on the hatch in Fireplace without worry, and set to work on opening it up. Earlier on, I suggested that there might be a question mark around how they'll open the hatch. The answer, as it turns out, is frag grenades. Buck rolls a nade through the soft destruction, destroys the Electroclaw, and Habana instantly gets it opened with her ex-Kairos. This is something that I haven't seen before. Believe it or not, you miss a lot whilst you're casting, so it was great to see everything come together. At this point in the round, it's worth reviewing where things are at and what's about to happen next. Second floor coverage is no longer under threat for OrgLess, so Zofia can drop away from half stairs and replace Expo on the garage door angle that looks up White Corridor. Gridlock has smokes that can be used to drop into Freezer, reducing the risk of smoke catching them as they do so. Habana will drop with Gridlock as she has the diffuser as the support in this composition. Buck has done his job in Fireplace and can return to holding angles inside of train and mining, reducing the amount of support that operators like Doc can provide to the defenders near Freezer. Finally, IQ can get off drones and look to apply some pressure down red stairs. The next 30 seconds see all of this coming to life, and Salamander remain relatively static. The biggest hope that they've got is in Kaid and Smoke using their utility to kill the attackers. Maestro could be included here, but his evil eyes are in Bakery and above VIP looking down the hallway. Absolutely nowhere near the sites. Smoke is pinned inside VIP and Kaid is stuck in red hallway because of the retake strategy that they're adopting. The options are limited and OrgLess know this. Drones confirm that there is two playing at the top of service, Doc is rotating from Bakery, and Smoke is still holding his ground inside of VIP. With 42 seconds left on the clock, the execute begins. Freezer is smoked off, meaning smoke grenades are thrown blindly to try and deter the attackers. Maestro finds a kill onto Gridlock as she doesn't respect the angles, and with all attention now on Freezer, IQ spots her opportunity whilst droning. Charging down red stairs, she wins the gunfight on Kaid and instantly cleans up Maestro afterwards. With no presence to the north and only Doc left on site, he's forced to contest IQ, but is cleaned up by Buck from above. Smoke is all alone as he pushes outside of VIP, and the patience of Zofia pays off. The final kill lands in OrgLess's lap without a single casualty taken during those fights. There are a few things that OrgLess did really well in this round that I think definitely deserve a shout out. First and foremost, they identified who the main threat was on the other team and dealt with him very quickly. Strike on the Jaeger. Being a Jaeger, naturally wanted to try and roam and deal with these attackers on the upstairs to remove the pressure being applied by the Buck, but Zofia was being very attentive at the top of red stairs and there was nothing to be achieved. The second thing was their excellent dealing with the hatch inside a fireplace, even without something like a Thatcher on side. It was very quick, very clinical, and it barely got in the way of their round or their execution plans. And finally, the execution itself was incredibly clean. They had a number of angles being held, they had the execute all coordinated through drones, everything just fit together very, very well that in that quick 5-second fight that ensued at the very end, they lost literally no one. It is a shame that they went on in this map to tie it up 6-6 because they threw away a lot of defensive rounds, and as mentioned earlier on, Dogfather drops 20 kills in a single map. That kind of stuff is not so much once in a blue moon, but definitely not going to be repeated every single game, so they were unlucky on that front. But at the very least, what I really like about OrgLess is how they piece together their attacks, how coordinated they look, and how they deal with potential threats and things that they don't really have under control. I'm really excited to see how they do going into future weeks, as well as how other teams adapt to face off against this style. One thing's for sure, Challenger League is going to continue to be absolutely amazing, and if you haven't watched it this week, please do tune in next week. It'll be on Friday on the Rainbow Six channel and the Rainbow Six UK channel, dual stream setup, 2 games going on at once. Hopefully, we'll see you there.